Hey guys, welcome back. So I apologize I haven't got any hunting content out just yet, but I've been hunting with my old trusty recurve here, and I've been hunting a fairly new area. I like to call it the super secret honey hole. And I call it that because it's got a lot of deer, but it's archery only all season long, so I thought what better place to use the recurve. But as you may imagine, if you're hunting with a traditional bow, you may not get a deer every season, but I have been seeing deer out there. I just haven't been able to put anything together just yet. Usually the deer that I see are just too far away, but the other day a situation did come up that I thought might make a pretty good topic. So most of the time that I go hunting, it's right after work. So what I do is I just take my work shirt off, take my work hat off, throw on my regular hat and maybe a flannel shirt, whatever I've got in the truck, and then I just head on out there. And that means a lot of times I'm out there just wearing blue jeans and tennis shoes. Sometimes I have my boots with me, so I've got some rubber boots, but yeah, for the most part, there's not much camo, and that's fine. It's been my experience that camo doesn't really help you all that much when you're deer hunting anyway. I don't think too many people would argue that point with me, but people would say you probably shouldn't wear blue jeans or anything with the color blue because deer see the color blue. They're not completely colorblind. Most people know that they can see some colors, but they see blue the best. In fact, some people go so far as to say that they see blue kind of like neon, like the way we see blaze orange. And when the biologists say that, I believe them, but I also have my own experience that says, man, I've killed a bunch of deer wearing blue jeans or even a blue shirt or sitting in a blue folding chair, because that's the only folding chair I could find, and it doesn't seem to scare the deer. So the conclusion I've come to is just because they can see it doesn't mean that they're going to be alarmed by it. Now, as long as you're sitting still, you're not moving around, you're not making any noise, it probably doesn't matter much what you're wearing, especially if you've got some back cover behind you to kind of break up your silhouette, or maybe a little cover in front of you. That's probably ideal. But in this particular case, I'm sitting 20 feet up in a tree stand, maybe a little bit more, and these deer started coming in, and this doe gets to about 25 yards and she just stops dead in her tracks. She looks right up at me. I'm standing there, I'm not making any noise, I'm not making any movement, and she stares me down for a couple minutes, and I'm thinking, holy smokes, she can see me. I'm wearing these blue jeans. Now I think, and this is just me, I could be wrong on this, but I think that deer only really see it as like a neon blue if it's a brighter blue color. I think if it's like a darker blue, like a navy blue or something, that they probably don't see it any better than we can. kind of like orange with us, right? Blaze orange stands out, but like a dull coppery orange would probably blend in pretty good with the leaves in the autumn, right? So these jeans I thought were dark enough, but I guess they're just bright enough in the lighting there that this deer just started staring me down. And it went on like that for a couple minutes, and I thought, well, I'll be dogged. I was wrong this whole time. But she starts to walk off, and she's kind of stiff-legged there. You might be able to tell she doesn't like what she saw, but pretty soon she turns and comes right back towards me. In fact, she gets a lot closer the second time. So I'm like, okay, so she didn't like it, but she's not alarmed. She's coming back. But she stopped probably at about 8 yards behind me, and yeah, she just wouldn't come any closer, and I couldn't shoot from right there because I've got this little scrubby tree here that's trying to break up my outline. Plus, this is off behind me. This is behind the tree that I'm hunting to my right, and as a right-handed shooter, you know, I can't turn that way to shoot. So she stands there, and eventually she doesn't get any closer. So that kind of sucks. I kind of have the feeling that she wanted to get in front of me, right? She wanted to go the direction she was headed, but there was just enough there to make her change her mind, and she turns and she goes off into this field, and you see she's got a yearling behind her, and there was actually a buck. I couldn't tell how big the buck was, but there was a buck that was behind them, and he does not go directly out into the field. He turns and skirts the edge of the field about 10 or 20 yards inside the wood line. So if this deer was actually alarmed, she wouldn't just walk out into the middle of a wide open field. She wouldn't walk up 8 yards away from me. But I do think she knew something was up. So I guess that's our topic for the day. Yeah, so I've had some of my closest deer encounters wearing blue jeans. Killed some of my biggest bucks wearing blue jeans. But maybe it's worth doing something else if you're playing a game of feet, right? And trying to get the deer inside traditional bow range, well, any kind of, you know, archery range. Camo may be worth it, right? Or at least wearing just about literally anything else other than, you know, the one color that they see the best. So now, I've been somewhat critical of camouflage in the past because whenever you get so far away from it, it tends to block up, and it just looks black from a distance. But modern camouflage manufacturers have really put a lot of thought into that. And I actually set up a little experiment behind me here just to show how that could happen, how whenever you get far enough away, it just looks like a big black blob, and surprisingly enough, it does not. Right? So I've got a Real Tree shirt out here, and yeah, it does not block up at long range. So let's go check it out. I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so I got this shirt hanging up here, and this is Real Tree APHD, and it looks really good, right? Just kind of out in the middle of everything here. We've got this little dead tree that I got it hanging on. But yeah, you see this is brand new. It's not faded at all. You got a lot of different colors in here. You got some greens, browns, some really almost white. And yeah, so it's a much more open pattern than what you've seen in the past. Like, some of us are old enough to remember the old Real Tree Advantage that was like just a bunch of leaves. Yeah, so this has come a long way since then. But yeah, let's take a look at a little bit of a distance. Alright, so this is 25 yards. If you zoom in, you can still see all of the different colors and shading, and then coming all the way out here. I'm not sure how it looks on camera because the camera sees a little bit different than the naked eye, but it looks no different than that tree trunk. I can still clearly see all of the different colors and shades on there. It looks really good. So let's go out a little bit further. Okay, we're 100 yards away. There it is. And I gotta tell you, even from back here, it is not closing up. I can see a difference in light and shadow, and it actually looks, if anything, better at this range. I cannot pick out the sides or the silhouette of the shirt. It's just blending in with that tree trunk really well. So yeah, that worked really well. A lot better than I expected. It's been a long time since I just tested something out like that and just set it and saw what it looked like from a distance, and you know, this worked really well. So the patterns now have never been better. But I would still caution people, if you're going out and you're buying camo, one thing I have seen is a lot of the times they're printing this stuff on this like real synthetic-y material. It must have a lot of nylon or rayon or something in it. And I get why they do it. It's because it takes an image really good. You can get a really good high definition camouflage image on there, but everything else in the woods is this matte kind of texture, whereas that has like a shiny texture to it. It reflects light instead of absorbing it. So watch out for that, because that will stand out no matter how good the pattern itself is. Just the material will stick out. So what's the summary, right? The point of everything here is I don't think camo is going to be the difference between success and failure for you, except in the most extreme circumstances. It can help you. It can help you if you're looking for the deer to get in extremely close, or if you get caught someplace where you're not supposed to be, like you're walking to your stand or you know whatever, and you don't have a lot of cover around you, you're caught in the open, it can help a little bit. I would say that camo itself has never been better than it is today. It's not the camo that we grew up with. If I had one critique, it would be that it does tend to fade pretty fast. So like when I was growing up, nobody wanted to wash their hunting clothes, and they always said it was because of the scent. You know, they didn't want the laundry scent in there. But nowadays, I don't wash my hunting clothes just because after a couple of washes, it starts to fade out really fast, faster than anything else. And that's why I tend to wear a lot of like military surplus type stuff, because they don't fade nearly as fast. And over the years, they've had different dyes and things that people have tried to push. So if you had like a really faded, you know, real tree or mossy oak shirt or pair of pants or whatever, you're supposed to dye it with this like brownish, yellowish dye, and supposed to make it kind of pop again and make it useful. It never really caught on. But if you're talking the surplus stuff, if you can find the old ACUs that had the universal camouflage pattern on it, that real bright kind of grayish color, that first digital pattern that the Army came out with, those take a dye really well, and they tend to look really good too if you dye it. And there's tons of videos out there people have done on dyeing those things. So if you want to kind of make something yourself, that's an option. And usually you can get that UCP pattern for you know, a song and a dance at the surplus store. It's getting kind of sparse nowadays because everything's moved over to the OCP camo, which works really good in most environments actually. So either one's an option for you. So yeah, I think it was Fred Bear who said the best camouflage is be still and shut up. I think that's probably still some of the best advice that you can have. But yeah, if you want to go with camo, it's going to help you. If not, probably not going to be the difference between success or failure. If it's between, hey, I got blue jeans and that's all I got right now, am I going to go hunting or avoid it? I would definitely go hunting and not worry about it, because your chances of success don't go down very much just because you're wearing something that the deer can actually see. Just because they can perceive it doesn't mean that they're gonna be alarmed by it. So there you go. I hope that's as clear as mud. And that's all the time that I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, thumbs up.